Hello everyone, Agonoff here, and welcome back to Pokemon Emerald when we last left off. We'd just arrived in Evergrade City. Today, we take on Victory Road. So let's go. First things first, into Victory Road, throw up a repel, or whatever sort of repel we've got. We've got some max repels, I believe, yep. We've got some max repels. So let's start exploring this place. We got a few ways we can go: up, down, left, right, you know, the usual. So let's start with the more downwards route. And we got a trainer. First trainer on the route. Right, he didn't come all this way to lose. Well, that's too bad because he's going to. He has a MAGNETON to start with, so that's a fairly easy fight for Breloom. I think I'll swap someone in for the second Pokemon in this fight, because Breloom's a bit overleveled compared to everyone else. Yeah, I'll swap in Camerupt. So that we have ground type advantage. Ground type being super effective against poison, you know the deal. And Mug's not being super fast means that Camerupt has the advantage, despite Mug being fairly bulky. Now the Pokemon here are actually fairly decently leveled compared to our Pokemon. So it's actually fairly reasonable to have to battle them. There's nothing we can do that way. Nothing we can do that way. We can go up there. But we're pretty much back to where we start. I'm actually going to avoid going that way because I know what's there at this very moment for us. It's not something I really want to deal with at this very moment. We can deal with it after we get this max elixir. We'll use an HP up on someone. Who's bulky? Swampert. A bunch of proteins. Let's give these to our physical attackers. So Swampert. Won't have any effect on Breloom. Breloom's obviously gotten the max, either max EVs or max, there's a limit to how much you can raise EVs by using proteins and HP ups, so he may just be at that point. Anyway, yeah, I'll start with this, because we have one rival battle to do here. Not really, I was expecting you. Right. Of course it did. Isn't that always the case with annoying brats like you? And I hope I've got a at least decent starting Pokemon for this fight, because I've forgotten what he comes out with first. Altaria. I don't have a bad Pokemon for this. Yeah, not too bad. Altaria, Flying Dragon, Rock Slide is super effective, and its moves aren't all that effective against me, but it critted, so. As you can see, the crit was what did the damage, not the actual move. Right, so I should be able to take it up the Aerial Ace as long as it doesn't crit again. Right. Altaria's a fairly bulky Flying Dragon type, so it's something you should look out for. Delcatty's a normal type, so we're going to switch in Breloom, who can probably one-shot this. Remember, normal types just smash him with a fighting type move. And that's actually, I think fighting's the only super effective move against normal types, is that right? I can't recall, but probably. Which is a weird weakness. Gardevoir, this guy's not good for Gardevoir. Gardevoir is psychic. What do we have that's good against it? Well, I'm gonna send in Marshtomp and hope that our techniques are fairly effective against it. Mudshot in particular. Future Sight's gonna probably hurt a lot. Actually, I could have sent in good old Magneton. He would have been effective in this fight. I'm expecting, unless this crits, him to use a super potion. Oh, double team. Oh, that's no fun. Full restore, of course. But at least Surf still hit. Oh, this is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. Swampert should be able to take Future Sight fairly well. I mean, he's fairly bulky, yeah. And hopefully 2 Surfs take out the Gardevoir. Or it'll cling on with 1 HP. Typical. Surf is surprisingly effective there. I really need to get... Swampert really does need to learn some more powerful moves. For Roselia, Poison Grass, so... I'm not going to swap out because I have something that's a means of taking this Pokemon down. Mudshot, if I recall correctly, is super effective. Nope. That does a good amount of damage. Magical Leaf will probably hurt a lot. 4 times weakness isn't good. Ugh. That was a bad move on my part. No, that's a bad move. That's also a bad move. We might get hit by... We've seen then Swallow. Probably should have done this right away. Because, well, taking Future Sight may not kill it. Yeah. Oh well, Flying type versus Grass Poison type, which probably has Poison Point if it's Roselia. Does Roselia have Poison Point? I don't remember. No, no idea. Anyway, I was expecting to get out of this fight with no damage. Magneton. Breloom's up again. Because we can just finish this one off fairly easily. It's not much of a threat to us, so we're going to take it down with a Sky Uppercut. So that was our rival battle against Wally. He's fairly tough. But, you know, he's not a huge threat. You might have 1 or 2 Pokemon go down if you're anywhere near my level, but that's if you don't have exactly the best type advantages against him, which I don't really have. Yeah, that's great and all, but I need to go back and heal. So I'll see you in a bit. Actually, yeah, I'm talking to Wally here for some reason. Which is hilarious, because I probably won't see him when I go back in, because he'll probably be gone. Yeah, we want to heal again before we go in, because that was a fairly rough fight. It could have gone a lot better. Yeah. Okay. And we're going back into the Victory Road, and we'll head in the same direction we headed last time. Oh, Wally's still here. Why'd you have to say? Okay, yeah. Your usual nonsense. Okay, and we have a trainer. Seemingly infinite, it's not that big so far. I mean, you probably just got lost. And a Roselia. Camera up will have to do the following. Eruption. Sweet scent, lowering my evasiveness. So I get it with 150 power. Well, plus stab, so 225. Plus super effectiveness, 450 odd power. You know, I'm just doing the maths on how it works, so yeah. Effective 450 power in my head. I mean, that's not exactly how the maths works, I know, but it's how I... So we're in a dark place now. Good thing I bought Tropius, who has flash. Oh man, strength puzzles. At least this one's fairly simple. You want to push that into a corner and that into a corner. We want a rock smash here and rock smash there, and we don't want to push these boulders quite yet. We want to push down and up on them, because otherwise we won't be able to get through. Yeah, strength puzzles are something I also know fairly well. It's just one of those things that's like really embedded in my head how to do. Especially when I have a top-down perspective of it. Levitate, ground psychic with levitate, I believe. That's what I'm fighting here. Go for eruption, hope raw power wins the day, and sandstorm can't hurt me, so yeah, I doubt this is going to be super effective. This is probably going to be not very effective, so oh no, it's normal effectiveness. KLAYDOL's just bulky. You meanie. Here I am, just trying to take you down with fairly nice, normal techniques. Oh, that's not very effective. Okay. I guess eruption is the useful move. Hopefully that's not too much damage. Eruption isn't going to be weakened too much. And it gains experience, which is great. Really? I thought it was based on me giving sound advice. Oh well, doesn't really matter what it's based on, as long as it works. I have Pokemon, they do things. Oh, we're here and we have found a PP up. Which I may use, I'll probably use my PP ups once, right before we take on the League. Probably I'll use like a couple on Eruption and moves like that. What do we have this way? We have a trainer who we can battle. Yeah. Right. You're getting afraid to take on some guys. Right, you're missing the point. In a fight, there's only the fight. There's nothing else. You can only think about the fight. Everything else is like, not there. You gotta be obsessively focused on the fight. I'm being silly right now. But that's can actually probably be a better way about... That was on Marwile, wasn't it? Swampert? Let's give Swampert a go. But yeah, that's actually probably one of the things about if you were in competitive fight of any kind, is it would
it's actually really important to focus on the fight. And the fight be the really the only thing that's going on in your head. Any distraction, well, you've seen it in the movies. They get distracted by someone, they get knocked the freaking hell out. KADABRA, we'll give him a nitric shot at KADABRA. Who, in Gen 1, I wouldn't give a special attacker a shot in hell at KADABRA. We'll use Bite, super effective, and it causes KADABRA to flinch, and we'll Bite again. Ooh. Oh well, we still have the advantage. Like, full restore doesn't really bother me that much when I'm on a, well, when I can deal more than half their HP in one move and I'm quicker than them. It's actually kind of like, okay, that means I win. And that's all there is to it. Okay, that would be a way to get down here, I believe. Yeah, let's rock smash that. Oh, we're back here. Right. Let's keep going. Our main goal is to get through here. That's what I actually want to do today. I want to get through Victory Road in its entirety. Oh, that's not the way we want to go. We want to take on this one. Right. You really shouldn't get complaints out of the top, should you? Which is why I'm not complacent. I'm very uncomplacent. I am using Earthquake on you, because that's a smart thing to do. Recently, I've also been playing, I've got Pokemon Y and I play it every now and then. But recently I've been like, I'm gonna berry farm. And I realized how easy it is to berry farm in that game. It's like, there is so much, like you have this big patch, it's 6 times 6, 36 spots to plant berries. It's all in one space, so you don't have to do any of the Gen 3 or Gen 4 running about planting berries here, there and everywhere. It's just like, oh, yeah. Look at this, berry planting. Here you go. I'm not even thinking. It's like, yeah, one spot. The problem is, to actually get a lot of the berries, you have to crossbreed berries, which means you have to plant them next to each other. So, like, if you got a berry that you want a lot of, yeah, it's good. It's getting other berries that you don't have that's the difficult part. I'll swap out to someone more suited to this. And we're doing it for Tropius. But yeah, I've probably got a lot of berries that I need to deal with because I haven't harvested in a while, so they're probably just about ready, or they're growing. I don't think they grow as fast as in Gen 3 and 4, but it's easier and you can get a lot more, I think. Because like, I had 36 I think it was pitcher berries after my first harvest. When I like planted 3 pitcher berries. Surf, Please tell me I don't have to use waterfall again. Please tell me that's not the way forward, because I didn't actually bring Wailord with me because I wanted to bring Manectric with me. Well, one good thing is that we found the TM for Psychic. That's good. Actually, that's really good. This is just the guy who wants to fight. Now, if they're talking about Loki, they're probably talking about Wally. I'm just a normal kid, not a little kid, you know? Even though I'm not a kid, I'm like, what, 22? I don't even pay attention to time. It's a serious problem of mine. We'll start out with Eruption. Won't actually hit that hard because we're under half health, so... We change it to a fire type. I don't mind. Substitute. Not good if you just... Not that good if you're just using it to delay. Like, it's not always the... Especially if you act after your enemy, it's not really that great a move. I suppose it's not that bad a move either, but... Yeah, Graveler, I'll swap into Swampert. It's... You gotta really know how to use Substitute to make good use of it. You gotta really outpredict your opponent to make good use of a lot of really good competitive moves. They actually do require a lot of thought and timing and planning in their use. Or at least that's how I interpret it. I was never really that good at... I'm not really that good at the competitive side of things. I'll swap in Magnetic for type advantage and just get this over and done with. I'm not going to bother with Thunder, we don't need to use it yet. Thunderbolt will do the trick just fine against the Warlord. Now I'll be honest, I may end up being slightly under leveled for the Elite Four. And I don't have my final team member yet that I need. I don't have a final team member yet, so yeah, for taking on the Elite Four, I currently have 5 Pokemon. I could really probably do with another. I have a bunch of Super Potions. I can use them on. If I can actually. I also have a bunch of rare candies, so I'll probably use those before I take on the Elite Four to get some levels on some of my Pokemon. Oh god dang it. Let's get back to where we were. It's really easy to do that sometimes in places like this. It's like, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna jump off of the ledge. Oh, crumb. Who's the two that are in the lead? My 2 ground types. Let's swap those 2 out so that if I use Earthquake, it's okay. Because I want to use Earthquake. Oh yeah? Well, aren't you too fancy? We're just going to have to kick your asses. 4 enemies, CLAYDOL. Oh, CLAYDOL, really? Oh well, not much I can do about it. I'll use Eruption and Aerial Ace on the CLAYDOL. Why the CLAYDOL? Because CLAYDOL's a pain in the ass, that's why. Okay, now I could use Earthquake. That stupid CLAYDOL, it had the advantage. They're going to use full restores, but I don't particularly care because Earthquake is now going to be very, very effective. I wonder if they'll send out something before that. I don't remember if they do in this generation or not. They do! But it's a CLAYDOL. Yeah. I'm gonna Earthquake and Aerial Ace the other one. Well, I'm gonna Aerial Ace the other one and... You silly fool! I don't even know what... Huh. even though camera can't be hit by its own earthquake. Okay, that's kind of hilarious. These CLAYDOLs were their own worst enemy. Oh wait, did one of the CLAYDOLs use earthquake? These CLAYDOLs really are their worst enemy. Lantern. Earthquake. Aerial ice. Not very effective, okay. I don't know if water's resistant to ground type. That's super effective. No, water is not resistant to ground type. Yep. So we did fairly well against these guys. Yeah, complain all you want. I'm gonna swap in Swampert into the lead, and we're going to get on going further on. Because we need to. Now normally I'd be taking this on and I'd be taking on every single trainer. I'd look everywhere, I'd find every little... I'd find every trainer, I'd battle all the wild encounters, because that's what I normally do in like Pokemon games. Unless I really don't feel like fighting something, I will fight all wild encounters. So Surf is what I got here. But I found, like, actually recently I've been looking in like into Pokédex entries about size, and it's like, really this thing's that big? And Skarmory's pretty massive, if I recall correctly. And I'm like, how do they measure this? Do they measure it tail to tip of the nose, or like a lot of the time I'm like that. I'm like, okay, with Onyx and Gyarados, it's like, okay, that's how they measure them. They measure them by length. Sableye, Pokemon with no weaknesses. I'll swap in Manectric to take on this Dark Ghost. Sableye was probably the first Pokemon to have no weakness. The Dark Ghost type isn't really vulnerable to anything, and Sableye's fairly good at taking hits if they're not too overly raw powered. Spiritomb is a much better example of the no weakness Pokemon, because it is actually fairly tough. And we must be getting near the end of this. We took the long way around, but we got to the top of the waterfall nonetheless. Alright. And this guy really wants to battle us. I mean, if we tried to take him on, if we tried to go the other way, it would have been annoying. He would have tried to battle us if he'd gone for that item anyway, which we're gonna do. But right now, Tri-Attack, really? Thank goodness Tri-Attack is actually a normal type move, and not a split elemental move, which I believe there's only one split elemental move so far, which is Jumping Press. And I don't know exactly how they split the elemental moves, how they split that move, or how that move works 100%. I haven't paid attention to it, but oftentimes I think like moves like Tri-Attack would make sense to be moves with split damage, with split elements, like they'd be multi-element moves. Like Tri-Attack would be electric, fire, and ice, or Thunder Punch would be fighting and electric, and you know, same with Fire Punch, etc., etc. I'm gonna bite this Kadabra. Hopefully it kills it or makes it flinch. The good old flinch. I've beaten Elite Fours based on flinching the enemy. I've actually won competitive, well, not really competitive, but you know, competitive with a few mates battles Electrode will be faster than anyone. Let's throw out a ground type that it won't be able to do much against. Give camera up some time to shine. Electrode is an electric type. Used to be the fastest Pokemon in existence. Yeah. Used to be top tier speed Pokemon. But that was a long time ago. That was back in Gen 1, 2-ish. Its next top competitors were Mewtwo and what's his name? Jolteon at the time. Now, he's not so fast, but you know, there's a lot of Pokemon competing for, you know, top spot of being super fast Pokemon. With Deoxys taking the top, but it's high, but kind of being an annoying. Well, Deoxys has some serious flaws in how it gets to be that fast, and the fact that it can be very fragile for how fast it is. Most fast Pokemon are actually fairly fragile, but you know, like, it's hard to be like, okay, this form of Deoxys is best, but I'm sure there is one that's best for competitive play. But just looking at the stats, it's like, if I get hit as this Deoxys, I'm gonna die. And that's like true for, like, I think speed and attack Deoxys. But yeah, and we found one full heal, which really I probably have more full heals than most people do. We want to go down this waterfall. Oh no, we went down the wrong waterfall. Okay, we can get back very quickly. Damn it. No, I'm gonna have to get off my bike anyway. I don't really want to go on my bike down that way because I'll probably go over the ledge again. Okay, let's get this right this time. What we now know is that we want to go down this waterfall. And I want to throw up another max repel. I'm gonna hope we're almost done. We're almost through this area because I don't know it that well. And here's a double battle. Right. I don't need backup. I think you guys need backup if we're really being honest here. A Lunatone and a Sableye. Okay, that's interesting. Aerial Ace on the Sableye. I don't think it's particularly resilient to that. Let's be honest, despite the fact that Sableye has no weaknesses, it's not really awfully tough. Maybe tough against my Swallow, but my Swallow's a Swallow. It's not really that great at this point in the game. Absol, much more interesting. Absol would be great in this generation if Dark-type moves could deal physical damage, which sadly they cannot. That doesn't mean that Absol's bad, it's just that it's not good with Dark-type moves, which is kind of sad, because it's a Dark-type Pokemon. At least it's not good at dealing damage with them. Dark-type moves have a lot of other ways of being useful than just dealing damage. They're very sneaky, to put it mildly. Right, this way leads to Strength Puzzle, and this way leads to a Trainer Battle. Okay, this is getting a bit much. Otherwise this may take too long, so we're probably gonna stop off after this battle, and then from there we'll I'll probably start another episode. Talk. Oh, god damn it, protect. Right. I don't have a Pokemon that can get. If I no, Noivern can't actually get through protect with its ability, but if I had a move for it, and defense, that's a big defense boost. So I'll go for Surf, which won't hit your defense. Swampert does fairly well with both of its attack types. Physical and Ludicolo, Magnetic will handle that just fine. I'll probably see about getting this right. Well, mine's been acting enough. Hope you've had a good time, and good night, or something like that anyway. I'm just gonna finish these guys off, and then we'll be done. Because next time we're, of course, moving on to... Really? Paralysis not working when you want it to. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I were him. That's level 42 Ludicolo with Absorb. That's kind of pathetic. Anyway, we're gonna call this episode here. Metacham. We'll. No, we won't. We'll just Thunderbolt it. Raw power is victory. Yes, you're gonna hit. But remember, I hit first. And it's worthless if you use a full restore. Cut down, most of this makes no sense. Mind Read is for those 1-2 punches. That you're like, okay, this is a risky move, but I'm gonna do it. It's like for hitting with Dynamic Punch or something. Well, I'll see you next time when we continue on through this cave. See you then.